Mountain climbers. Think of your body as a high-performance machine that's been sitting in the garage for a few years. The engine still works, but it needs the right kind of fuel and maintenance to run like it used to. Mountain climbers are like giving that machine a complete tune-up while targeting the exact area where men over 50 tend to store their most stubborn fat. This exercise is basically like doing a plank and running a sprint at the same time, except you're staying in one place and your core is working overtime to keep everything stable. The beauty of mountain climbers lies in their ability to torch calories while specifically hammering your midsection. When you're in that plank position, your entire core has to fire up to keep your body rigid while your legs are pumping like pistons underneath you. It's like having a construction crew working on multiple floors of a building simultaneously. Your heart rate shoots up faster than a rocket launch, which means you're burning calories not just during the exercise, but for hours afterward, thanks to something called the afterburn effect. For men over 50, this exercise is particularly effective because it doesn't require any equipment, and you can modify the intensity based on your current fitness level. Start in a push-up position with your hands planted firmly on the ground, directly under your shoulders. Your body should form a straight line from your head to your heels, like a wooden plank. Now bring one knee toward your chest, then quickly switch legs as if you're running in place while holding that plank position. The faster you move those legs, the more intense the burn becomes. Burpees. If mountain climbers are a tune-up, then burpees are like completely rebuilding the engine from scratch. This exercise is the ultimate full-body fat destroyer that makes your metabolism work like a furnace for hours after you've finished. Think of burpees as the Swiss Army knife of exercises because they combine a squat, a plank, a push-up, and a jump, all into one brutal movement that targets every muscle fiber in your body. The reason burpees are so effective for burning belly fat in men over 50 is because they force your body to work in multiple planes of movement while maintaining a high heart rate throughout the entire exercise. Your core has to stabilize your body during the squat down, control the movement as you jump back into plank position, support you during the push-up, and then explode upward during the jump. It's like asking your core to be the conductor of an orchestra while also playing every instrument. Start by standing with your feet shoulder width apart, then squat down and place your hands on the floor in front of you. Jump your feet back into a plank position, perform a push-up, then jump your feet back toward your hands and explode upward into a jump with your arms reaching toward the ceiling. The entire movement should flow like water, with each phase seamlessly connecting to the next. Your breathing will become heavy, your heart will pound like a drum, and your core will feel like it's been put through a blender, but that's exactly what we want. Russian twists. Picture your core as the hub of a wheel, with all your other muscles acting as spokes radiating outward. Russian twists specifically target those deep abdominal muscles that act like a natural corset around your midsection. This exercise is like wringing out a wet towel, except the towel is your waistline and you're squeezing out every ounce of stubborn fat that's been camping there for years. The magic of Russian twists lies in their rotational movement pattern, which mimics many real-world activities that men over 50 perform daily, like lifting boxes, playing golf, or even getting out of a car. By strengthening these rotational muscles, you're not just burning belly fat, you're also building functional strength that translates into everyday activities. Your obliques, those muscles on the sides of your abs, get hammered during this movement, creating that tapered waistline that makes clothes fit better and confidence soar higher. Sit on the floor with your knees bent and your feet flat on the ground, then lean back slightly so your torso is at about a 45-degree angle. Lift your feet off the ground so your shins are parallel to the floor, creating a V shape with your body. Now, rotate your torso from side to side, touching the ground beside your hip with your hands on each rotation. Your legs should stay relatively still while your upper body does all the twisting work. The slower you perform the movement, the more challenging it becomes, like trying to move through thick honey instead of air. Plank to downward dog. If your core were a house, this exercise would be like reinforcing the foundation while also adding a second story. The plank to downward dog movement combines the static strength challenge of holding a plank with the dynamic hip flexion that comes from transitioning into downward dog position. It's like being asked to balance on a tightrope while also performing gymnastics, except the tightrope is your own body alignment, and the gymnastics is the controlled movement between positions. This exercise specifically targets the deep stabilizing muscles of your core, while also engaging your shoulders, back, and legs in a coordinated effort that burns calories like a wildfire. The transition between positions forces your abs to work overtime to maintain control, while the hip movement creates a pumping action that gets your heart rate elevated quickly. For men over 50, this exercise is particularly beneficial because it improves both strength and mobility in one fluid movement. Start in a standard plank position with a straight line from head to heels. Your forearms on the ground and your body forming core should be tight, like someone's about to punch you in the stomach. From this position, tuck your toes under and push your hips up toward the ceiling, straightening your legs and creating an inverted V shape with your body. Hold this downward dog position for a moment, then slowly lower back down to the plank position. The movement should be controlled and deliberate, like you're moving underwater instead of through air. Dead bug. The name might sound ridiculous, but this exercise is like having a personal trainer for your deep core muscles. Dead bugs specifically target the transverse abdominis, which is the deepest layer of abdominal muscle that acts like a natural weight belt around your midsection. Think of this muscle as the foundation of a skyscraper, and everything else is built on top of it. When this muscle is strong, your entire core becomes more stable and efficient at burning fat. For men over 50, the dead bug exercise is particularly valuable because it teaches proper core activation without placing stress on the lower back. It's like learning to drive in a parking lot before hitting the highway. The exercise forces you to maintain a neutral spine while moving your arms and legs independently, which is exactly what your body needs to do during daily activities like walking, climbing stairs, or lifting objects. Lie on your back with your arms extended straight up toward the ceiling and your knees bent at 90 degrees with your shins parallel to the floor. This is your starting position, and it should look like you're a dead bug lying on its back with its legs in the air. From here, slowly lower one arm behind your head while simultaneously extending the opposite leg until it's nearly touching the floor. The key is to keep your lower back pressed against the floor throughout the entire movement, as if there's a hot coal underneath your back that you can't let touch you. Bicycle crunches. Your abs are like a complex machine with multiple gears, and bicycle crunches are the exercise that gets all those gears working together in perfect harmony. This movement is like riding a bike while lying on your back, except instead of moving forward, you're burning through belly fat like a hot knife through butter. The rotational element combined with the alternating leg movement creates a storm of muscle activation that targets every section of your abdominal wall simultaneously. What makes bicycle crunches particularly devastating for belly fat in men over 50 is the way they force your obliques and rectus abdominis to work together while your hip flexors are also engaged. It's like having three different construction crews working on the same project, each one pushing the others to work harder and faster. Your metabolism gets a massive boost from this coordinated effort, turning your body into a fat-burning machine that keeps working long after you finish the exercise. Lie flat on your back with your hands behind your head, but don't interlace your fingers like you're taking a nap. Instead, lightly place your fingertips behind your ears for support. Lift your shoulder blades off the ground and bring your knees up to a 90-degree angle. Now bring your right elbow toward your left knee while extending your right leg straight out. Then switch sides in a pedaling motion. The movement should be smooth and controlled, like you're pedaling through thick mud rather than racing down a hill. High-intensity interval sprints. Think of your body's fat-burning system as a campfire that's been smoldering for years. High-intensity interval sprints are like throwing gasoline on that fire, creating an inferno that consumes belly fat with ruthless efficiency. This isn't your grandfather's leisurely jog around the block. This is controlled chaos that forces your body to tap into its deepest energy reserves, incinerating calories at a rate that steady-state cardio could never match. The science behind why sprints demolish belly fat in men over 50 is fascinating. During those intense bursts of effort, your body can't get oxygen fast enough to fuel the muscles through normal means, so it starts breaking down stored fat and sugar at an accelerated rate. After you finish, your body continues burning calories at an elevated rate for up to 24 hours as it works to repair and recover. It's like your metabolism gets stuck in the fast lane and can't find the exit ramp. Find a flat stretch of ground about 50 yards long, whether it's your driveway, a local track, or even a hallway in your house. Start with a light warm-up jog for 2 to 3 minutes to get your muscles ready for the assault that's coming. Then sprint as hard as you can for 20 seconds, giving it everything you've got as if you're running from a charging bull. Follow this with 40 seconds of walking or light jogging to recover. Repeat this cycle 8 to 10 times, and by the end, you'll feel like you've been through a controlled explosion. Jumping jacks. Jumping jacks might seem like something you did in elementary school gym class, but don't let their simplicity fool you. This exercise is like a full-body wake-up call that gets every muscle fiber firing while your heart rate climbs toward the ceiling. For men over 50, jumping jacks provide the perfect combination of cardiovascular challenge and core engagement without requiring any equipment or complicated movements. The beauty of jumping jacks lies in their ability to create what exercise scientists call a metabolic disturbance. Your body has to coordinate arm and leg movements while maintaining balance and posture, which means your core is constantly working to keep everything aligned. It's like being the conductor of an orchestra where every musician is playing at double speed. Your abdominal muscles have to fire continuously to stabilize your spine as your limbs are moving in opposite directions. Stand with your feet together and your arms at your sides, like a soldier at attention. Jump up slightly while simultaneously spreading your legs to shoulder width apart and raising your arms overhead until your hands nearly touch. Then jump again while bringing your feet back together and lowering your arms to your sides. The movement should be rhythmic and continuous, like you're operating a human-powered machine. Keep your core tight throughout the entire exercise, as if someone might surprise you with a friendly punch to the gut at any moment. Wall sits. Wall sits are the ultimate test of mental toughness, disguised as a simple exercise. Think of this movement as holding up a building with just your legs while your core works overtime to keep your spine in perfect alignment. For men over 50, wall sits provide an isometric challenge that builds both strength and endurance while torching calories through sustained muscle tension. It's like asking your muscles to maintain a constant state of controlled panic. The reason wall sits are so effective for burning belly fat is because they force multiple large muscle groups to work simultaneously for an extended period. Your quadriceps, glutes, and calves are all firing at maximum capacity to hold the position, while your core muscles are working like a natural weight belt to maintain proper posture. This creates a massive demand for energy that your body has to meet by breaking down stored fat and converting it into usable fuel. Find a sturdy wall and stand with your back against it, feet about 2 feet away from the base. Slowly slide down the wall until your thighs are parallel to the ground and your knees are bent at a 90-degree angle as if you're sitting in an invisible chair. Your back should remain flat against the wall and your weight should be distributed evenly across both feet. Hold this position for as long as possible, starting with 30 seconds and working your way up to 2 minutes or more. Your legs will start shaking like leaves in a windstorm, but that's exactly what we want. Bear crawls. Bear crawls transform you into a four-legged fat-burning machine that challenges every aspect of your core strength and stability. This exercise is like crawling through an obstacle course designed by someone who wants to see you succeed, but isn't going to make it easy. Your body has to maintain a tabletop position while moving forward, backward, or sideways, which creates a constant demand for core activation that few other exercises can match. The metabolic impact of bear crawls on men over 50 is substantial because the exercise engages your entire kinetic chain in a coordinated effort. Your shoulders, arms, core, and legs all have to work together to maintain stability and control movement, creating a full-body workout that elevates your heart rate while specifically targeting the deep, stabilizing muscles of your midsection. It's like doing a moving plank that challenges your body from multiple angles simultaneously. Start on your hands and knees with your wrists directly under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Lift your knees about 2 inches off the ground, keeping your back flat and your core engaged like you're wearing an invisible corset. From this position, move forward by taking small steps with opposite hand and foot, maintaining that hovering knee position throughout the movement. Your movement should be controlled and deliberate, like you're sneaking through enemy territory and can't afford to make any sudden movements. Your entire body will feel like it's been through a blender after just 30 seconds of bear crawls, but that burning sensation is your metabolism shifting into overdrive. The constant tension required to keep those knees hovering creates an isometric challenge for your core, while the crawling motion adds a dynamic element that keeps your heart rate elevated throughout the entire movement. Turkish get-ups. The Turkish get-up is like asking your body to solve a complex puzzle while balancing a glass of water on your head. This exercise is the ultimate coordination challenge that forces every muscle in your core to fire in sequence while you transition from lying on the ground to standing upright with a weight held overhead. For men over 50, this movement is like hiring a personal trainer for your entire midsection because it teaches your abs, obliques, and deep stabilizers to work as a unified team. What makes Turkish get-ups particularly brutal for belly fat is the way they challenge your core from every conceivable angle. Your muscles have to adapt and respond to constantly changing demands as you move through each phase of the exercise. It's like your abs are playing a game of chess where the rules keep changing, forcing them to stay engaged and active throughout the entire movement. The metabolic cost of this coordination is enormous, turning your body into a calorie incinerating machine. Start by lying on your back with a light weight or even just your fist extended straight up toward the ceiling. Keep that arm locked out like it's holding up the sky throughout the entire movement. Roll onto your side toward the weighted arm, then use your free hand to push yourself up to a seated position. From there, transition to your knees, then stand up completely, all while keeping that weight steady overhead. The entire process should be smooth and controlled, like you're performing a ceremonial dance that requires perfect balance and timing. The beauty of this exercise lies in its complexity. Your brain has to coordinate multiple muscle groups while your core maintains stability throughout each transition. Every phase of the movement demands something different from your abdominal muscles, creating a comprehensive workout that targets belly fat from angles that most exercises never touch. Your body will be working so hard to maintain control and coordination that calories will be burning like logs in a fireplace long after you finish the last repetition. This exercise teaches your core to function the way it was designed to work in real life, where movements are rarely isolated and your abs need to provide stability, while your arms and legs are doing completely different tasks. It's like training your midsection to be the calm eye in the center of a hurricane, maintaining perfect control while chaos swirls around it. By the time you master the Turkish getup, your belly fat won't stand a chance against the metabolic storm you've created. Uh, there you have it, gentlemen. 10 exercises that will turn your body into a fat-burning machine more efficient than any piece of equipment you could buy. These movements aren't just random exercises thrown together like a fitness salad. Each one targets your midsection from a different angle, creating a comprehensive assault on belly fat that attacks the problem from every direction simultaneously. The beauty of this arsenal is that you don't need a gym membership, fancy equipment, or hours of free time. Your living room becomes your battlefield, your body weight becomes your weapon, and your determination becomes the fuel that powers the entire operation. These exercises work because they force multiple muscle groups to collaborate like a well-oiled machine, creating metabolic chaos that keeps your body burning calories long after you've toweled off the sweat. Remember, consistency beats perfection every single time. Start with 3 or 4 of these exercises, master the form like your life depends on it, then gradually add more movements to your routine. Your body is like a bank account, and every rep you perform is a deposit toward the physique you want to see in the mirror. The compound interest of these efforts will pay dividends that go far beyond just losing belly fat. Your metabolism doesn't care how old you are or how long that fat has been camping around your waistline. It only responds to the demands you place on it. Give it these challenges consistently and watch as your body transforms from a sluggish sedan into a high-performance sports car that burns fuel efficiently and looks incredible doing it, and looks incredible doing it, and looks incredible doing it.